think there's a real threat to the payment system that, we dominate today?
So the fact that the dollar is used as a reserve currency and plays such a huge role in international transactions does enable our sanctions to be much more effective. And it's not surprising that countries that are fearing they can be affected by our sanctions are looking for alternatives to the dollar. It's something that we simply have to expect. But the dollar plays the role it does in the world financial system for very good reasons that no other country is able to replicate, including China. And that is, we have deep and liquid, open financial markets, strong rule of law, and an absence of capital controls that no country is able to replicate. It will not be easy for any country to devise a way to get around the dollar.
So that innovation, Web3 distributed ledger innovation in our country. So FSCOC report recommended that Congress pass legislation to provide regulators authority over spot markets for digital assets, as well as legislation to give regulators more authority to have visibility into or supervise digital asset companies. We're working on that here in Congress. Are those recommendations from last fall or late summer's FSOC report still the recommendations of FSOC? That's still the view of FSOC?
Yes, that remains the view of FSOC, that there are some gaps like spot markets for crypto assets that are not securities. We would like to see a regulatory framework over those markets. And there are gaps in regulations. I would point out specifically stable coins. And I do believe that we need a comprehensive federal prudential framework, and would be pleased to work with you, with Congress, to see if we can develop such a framework.
Your financial regulators have obviously ramped up scrutiny of digital asset firms. In a recent interview, you said that you, quote, see some holes in the system where additional regulation would be appropriate, end quote. Do you mind elaborating a little bit on that statement? Where do you see the holes? Where do you think additional clarity is needed for digital assets, please?
Well, one hole pertains to the supervision of spot markets where digital assets are not regarded as securities. So there needs to be regulatory authority there. And then I would say that stable coins is a type of digital asset that really requires a full-blown federal regulatory framework, and would very much, I think this is an area where congressional legislation is appropriate to create an appropriate prudential framework.
And going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin, crypto slightly up. We have the stock market slightly up, except for the Dow is down. And we know yield rates are going to be on the move as Jerome Powell is speaking. Guys, we have Jerome in the house. And guys, don't forget to watch the video I did last night. Michael Saylor saying Bitcoin is going to 10x. But we know Michael Saylor is definitely a puppet. We know Bitcoin is for the 4th industrial revolution. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates moving down. And like I stated, we know once Jerome Powell gets his speaking, they're going to start being on the move. And then we have the dollar down also. We have volume in crypto still low. We have Tether USDC. And guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $2 trillion. And we know the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the 4th industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have the repo dropping down to $2 trillion, and we haven't seen that in a while. And I did not go onto the website yet, guys, because my son graduated from kindergarten yesterday. Give King a shout out. But guys, I'll be on the Fed website today to do the research and see how they're going to be backfilling this close to $1 trillion that they have to do. And I'll have that in the second video. But we had Janet Yellen clearly stating that countries are making ways to get off the dollar. And we know the central banks are definitely helping them. Remember, the NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we have Ripple welcomes the EU micro regulations. And we know the United States is behind on purpose. Don't forget, the United States have funded all the technology in the emerging markets. Now we have Treasury official Graham Steele says privacy should be considered in a retail CBDC. And guys, you're not going to have a CBDC and have privacy. It's impossible. And we know everything when it comes to blockchain, the NWO is going to be able to see. And then when it comes to a CBDC, it's programmable, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, don't forget about Grayscale, sent about $22 billion. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Bitstamp registered with the UK FCA. Also, we had AWS went down in the US. And this is the reason why you can't say that crypto is decentralized. Because when AWS gets affected, majority of all cryptos get affected. Now we have the United Nations worried about AI deepfakes. And guys, we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic, because we know who's going to be doing the deepfakes. Now we have Puma launches 3D Web3 experience. And guys, we know all these corporations are getting ready for this digital transformation, building this metaverse, this virtual reality. Remember, the real world is going to be moved into the virtual world. I've bought you plenty of Ray Kurzweil videos. And then lastly, guys, we have Snoop Dogg NFT passport lets fans tour with rapper in digital form. And guys, we know NFTs are nothing but digital IDs. But this Snoop Dogg NFT passport gets the consumer ready for the metaverse. They're going to be sitting at home like they're being a part of the concert. Remember, the other agenda behind climate change is they want to control the movements of the masses. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids' books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.